Alrighty, everybody, prepare to die because we have our Dark Souls any percent run by Ashewyn ready for you right now. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Hello everyone, I think we are live. I'm Ashewyn, otherwise known as Ash, and today I'm going to be running Dark Souls any percent on Prepare to Die edition of the game, which is very different than the remastered, so I just wanted to point that off the get-go. So happy to be here, thank you for having me. Before we really dive into the run, we have to do a bit of character creation, but before I get into those details, I want to be able to introduce my commentator. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Regal. I also speedrun Dark Souls quite a bit, and I'm here to just help Ashwin out. She's going to do a great job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need the help. So before we dive into our any percent run, it's really important to talk a little bit about the character creators so you know what is going on here. Most of the time, some of these details are irrelevant, but the main ones that we really need to focus on are going to be the sex, which is female. I am using a female character today because I want to have a backup for a difficult glitch called move swap. Just in case I fail the move swap in the regular way, female is the only one that can do an easier version of it, so that's our backup sex. Our class is warrior for stats. And our weapons, our gift is master key, which is important to open up some doors. Everything else is, just customization options. So we decided to call the character Alice for running through Wonderland. So I think that's kind of all that we have here in terms of character creator. So if you want, I can count you in to start the time and we can get into this run. On go, you can start. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So here we arrive in the asylum. We have 3 big objectives in this game, or 3 main phases. It's going to be early game, mid game, and late game. Our early game is going to be ringing 2 bells of awakening. Our mid game is going to obtain the Lord Vessel after Ornstein and Smo from Guinevere. And our late game is going to be getting to Gwyn via a wrong warp.
Honestly, it's like the whole thing is early game. It's a pretty short run.
Yeah. It's a really, really short run, but it is marked by like several goals that we have to do, I guess is the best way to describe it. So we're going to start off by running through the asylum. Not much is going to happen here. We're just going to be killing the asylum demon, grabbing a few like tools that we need, like our shield and our sword and our flasks to be able to step into Lord Aran proper.
Every single character has like its own, different set of gear. That's certainly something that you factor in when you route the game. The warrior class, for this route, one of the big reasons why you pick it is just for the stats, so you can level up properly for the weapon we're going to use later.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 weapons that we're going to swap between in this run. Our first one is the Drake Sword. And the second one we're gonna farm later, or try. We're gonna have a mod injected into it if we don't get it. Yeah, farm.
We'll actually know. We'll know if we got a real one or not. Too.
Yeah, we will.
All right, these guys can be annoying. That was great. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if she can get the double hit here.
440.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So whenever you do that jump attack there, you need to jump like very straight right into the center of Asylum Demon's head. And when you do that, the plunge attack will actually hit him twice and save you a few hits. So it's actually harder than it looks. It's pretty easy to mess it up. And normally you would do like a quit out here to save some in-game time to skip this long door opening animation, but in a real-time run, we're not going to mess around with that. She's just going to go straight through.
Yeah, hopefully I don't forget my RTA strats, but I think it should be fine.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but just might as well keep the run shorter.
It's actually surprising how difficult it is to move straight in this game. Like
it is
just
very hard. That is like a skill.
Mm-hmm.
This game is so hard to run in a straight line.
Like I'm not even like high level Dark Souls runner. Regal would definitely fill that slot. And when I watch him play this game, his hands, the way they fly on that controller, it's really wild. It's very impressive movements.
So this early part is like honestly one of the scariest parts of just running through past enemies. The bosses at this stage, not too bad, but like just like getting through these areas, there's so many guys in these tight corners that it's really easy to lose time here or just straight up die.
So the first thing we're gonna do here is be able to buy a bunch of stuff from this merchant. That's gonna really help us set up for something called a negative quantity dupe. We're gonna do something called a prom swap here to buy a stack of items, the leather gauntlets, and then look at the items to store a negative quantity. But we're gonna utilize that later, which I'll leave Regal to briefly explain.
Right now she has like this internal value stored called a negative quantity, and she's going to try to carry this value all the way up to a crafting material drop that will come up from a twinkling titanite lizard, and then she's going to use some menuing to inject that negative quantity into the drop prompt to duplicate that item, but she needs to make sure she doesn't die or quit out before that. And in the meantime, just running up to the boss, grabbing some gold pine resin to help with a couple things. Here's the twinkling titanite lizard. She's going to throw a firebomb at it to kill it real quick and gets through safety here, the fog wall. And then you'll see this dupe. She's going to overlay the brightness menu.
Attempt to.
Yeah. And then there she goes. Now she dropped negative 144, which if you subtract a negative, you get a positive. So now she has 99 twinkling titanites. And there's that gold pine resin she's going to apply. She's going to do a very specific set of attacks here to take care of Taurus Demon with the stagger. So she's going to go 1-2 here, regenerate all of her stamina, and then
he's going to stagger me first.
Combo him out, and that's it. Nice. Good fight. Yeah, his feet have these little hitboxes on them that as he's rotating he can stagger you, but that was fine.
And it's such a narrow place to fight him, so it happens quite a bit.
This is kind of a scary part of the run. She's going to be doing some shooting and some movement, some buffing and some attacking to cut off the tail of this Hellkite Drake enemy right here. And this is a pretty sketchy part, so hopefully it goes well. All right, she's got the buff, and there's 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. She's got it. Now she needs to pick up this soul here as well. Okay, the dragon's not going to breathe fire, so that's really lucky. If that dragon can breathe fire after the tail cut while you're trying to pick up the soul, and it makes it like really tight, the timing to get through there without dying. But that looked good either way, but it didn't breathe fire, so she's fine. And here is the enemy that we're going to try to kill to get the Black Knight Greatsword. It should just be a 1 parry. Ooh, a little early. There you go. And then 2 follow-up attacks.
A little slow here on my menuing today. It's okay.
And then we'll see if we get it. We didn't get a real one, but she has a program running in the background that's going to give it the weapon to her so she can do the run.
This extra humanity always throws me off. I was like trying to pay attention there to make sure I didn't use it at the Drake instead.
Normally you wouldn't have that extra humanity because you would quit out before the Asylum Demon even gives it to you. So she had to do some slightly different menuing that she would do in a run there, but she didn't.
Yeah, because we're using RTA strats, and that's why we literally get that extra humanity that we normally wouldn't have.
So she's going to try to do a glitch here called a move swap, which we'll explain in a bit, but she just did a quit out to de-aggro these enemies so she can execute it properly. But this is going to be the main like form of DPS for the run. What she's done right there is through some menuing, through a queued action, she has managed to two-hand the Drake Sword in her left hand, which normally you cannot two-hand weapons in your left hand in this game. And when you do that, the game actually gives you the move set of the other weapon in your hand for the running, rolling, and plunging attacks. And the rapier happens to have this like double hit running attack. So all of her weapons, when she move swaps, just has this really broken double hit running attack. And now she's going to do this strat called an AFK.
Oh, this is pretty cool, I think.
And so now what she's done right now is she's done a setup to frame perfectly time these toggle inputs, because whenever you toggle your weapons in this game, the enemies actually like literally cannot see you, and they can't add you to their list of aggroable enemies or whatever. So if with a very specific frame perfect setups, you can actually just prevent the enemies from seeing you whatsoever. So she was able to get through that room without them seeing her at all. And that's a pretty like scary room normally.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Like I remember when I used to do this before the AI breaks were a thing. It's just like, yeah, you could die here.
Yeah. So the move swap glitch is not easy to do consistently. So yeah, there she is. She got it. Nice. Good job. This
Aren't
fight
you
can
prepared
be.
to die?
Yeah, we are. We have a lot of backup strats. I just think this is a pretty annoying fight. She's still not quite super strong yet. The Drake sword helps, but it's not like, it doesn't make this fight free. Pretty good first gargoyle there, though. All right, didn't get the good RNG here. One more R1 should end it. Oh, you got
nice.
His wing. Nice. Nice.
I was like, oh yeah, that missed.
The gargoyles have this enormous wing hitbox, and she just managed to like clip it there.
Oh, I got all the
Nice.
extra weapons.
That was a pretty decent fight though. Good job.
Thanks.
And that's like the last fight we're gonna do with this weapon. So now she has accumulated all these extra souls. That was one of the reasons she picked up the 800 soul on the bridge with Hellkite, is she needs to get enough souls to be able to level up to wield the Black Knight Greatsword. And that's a big reason why you choose Warrior, because Warrior has good stats in order to allow you to get to the 22 strength and 18 dex that is required to two-hand the Black Knight Greatsword. So that's what she's going to level up here. We're going to make our way to Quelaag for the second Bell of Awakening. Now, there is a... What's it?
No,
Go ahead.
go for it. You're fine.
I was going to say, there is a way to skip past these Bells of Awakening called Sin's Gate skip, but it's actually just slower to do in this route, so we're actually just going to go and ring the bells.
Yeah, thanks for being here, by the way. You're just really killing it with commentary while
Oh, yeah,
I'm
no
like,
problem.
kind of working out these nerves. I don't know, just feel slightly
You're
nervous
doing
today.
awesome. You're doing great.
Yeah, but I'm in the segment I like the
This is
least
a little...
here, so...
there's a skip she's going to be doing called Blighttown Plunges, which are pretty easy to die to. But we'll see how it goes. So that was... she kicked off Lautrec there. You don't have to kick him off in this route, but it's a nice bit of like safety to just get the Ring of Favor and Protection that he drops. Because it allows you to fast roll for the whole run. And it doesn't really lose that much time anyways. So coming up, you're going to see these Blighttown Plunges. What she's going to do is she's going to jump and then attack in the air, doing a plunging attack. Hit a slope. And then she's going to roll out of that plunge to iframe the fall damage that would normally kill her here. So let's see if she can get it. There's going to be two of them. Here's the first one.
Too early.
A little too early.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah. So like
There's a little
the
touch and go there.
game, whenever you like plunge a sloped surface, the game like thinks you're in a certain like animation, and then you can like interrupt it with a roll, which just allows you to iframe fall damage. That's a super technical description of it right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's really impressive because it's just like you're just using the iframe window to be able to avoid death. And
That was a good jump. You just slid a little too early.
yeah, the jump was fine. Yeah, that one's a weird kind of roll timing because it's actually like kind of delayed. Like you can really give yourself a lot of wiggle room before you actually get the roll in. And if you do it too early, then you just kind of come out of those iframes too soon, and you still are experiencing fall damage. And you just
Yeah, that one is like one of the strangest ones to learn because it looks like you should be rolling as soon as you hit the ground, and that's normally true, or like right before you hit the ground, but You actually need to roll after you hit the ground on this one.
I might have my souls in a really annoying position, and I might need to go get them because it blocks my visual cue for jumping when they're
Yeah.
like here.
You just quit out.
That,
Yeah.
that annoys me a lot. Like when they're like right there.
Yeah. No, that can happen in a lot of different spots.
It's so.
When y'all
You
have some time,
dying.
I would love to read a donation, so cue me in whenever you're ready.
No. Feel free, go for one.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I've got, along with a $1 donation from Anonymous, a $5 donation from Happy Buy 3, who says, I kept thinking the trick was called Moose Swap, and I gotta admit I'm very disappointed to realize it's Move Swap. Petition to just rename it? Anybody? I love that. And also that donation went towards our Psychonauts 2 bid war. So now Sapphire is in the lead. I love me some blue, but I want to see some green and red lovers in chat. Go ahead and put donations towards that Psychonauts 2 Levitation Ball bid war for the Psychonauts 2 run that's later today. Also, every single donation goes towards the Fight Matt incentive in the Wii Sports run that's coming up later, which we have decided is part of the Souls-like block because Matt is truly a Souls-like final boss, and we want to be able to fight him. So let's get to $2,650 on the marathon. We are less than $250 away, but we still need your energy and your help, chat. Can we get a $5 trans rights donation train or a $5 moose swap donation train to get there?
Oh, I like that. Let's go for trans
Not the
rights.
first person that has thought it was Moose Swap. I've heard that before.
I used to call it Move Swamp.
Yeah.
Ah, well, there you go. Chat, vote for your favorite.
Well, so she has done a great job on this second attempt through Blighttown. Got both the plunges, got first try move swap. I have to really pronounce the move part now.
Really kind of scared of what
This
Quaylag
is
is doing here.
Not the best Quilog behavior here. Ooh, don't get hit in the head. She's on the slope. You do not want to fight her on the slope.
No.
One more hit though, she should be dead. Nice.
Whoa, really? The hitbox?
The lava.
Oh, the lava. It's really bad when she pushes you on that slope. And she acted all
She
sorts of
laid
bizarre.
down lava everywhere.
Yeah. And I was actually just going for like an attack just to finish it, you know?
I mean-
And like going for that attack, I think actually pushed me back into the lava.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. If anything goes wrong here, I might just want to load a save just so we don't, because dying on this segment can really kill a lot of time, and that was a really bad Quilog. And I just don't want to.
You got it.
Yeah. I was just about to say, like, move swaps have been on point today, and everything is like, all the stuff that I thought I would be worried about is going great, and then like bosses act like that. But the one thing that is comforting, chat, is that Dark Souls is a mean game. Even to speedrunners, we also die to very mean
Especially the
things.
Speedrunners.
Yeah. So like, even though like we practice these games and we think we're ready for anything, the games will hurt you back. There'll be days they're just super mean to you.
That's a little right. Oh.
No. I think we'll just load this save to do Quilog. Just, what do you think for time?
I don't know how far behind you are.
I don't know either where we are running with time. I'll try and do it one more time. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'll just load the save. Yeah.
More,
I also lost
more time
a-
for the marathon. I don't know. More time to get donations for that
Yes.
Matt incentive.
Yeah, for the $5 train as well.
Yeah, I want to see that train rolling, chat. Let's go. I want to remind everybody that we are really close to halfway on the overall incentive goal for the entire event, by the way. 5K is our big goal, and we are almost to halfway on that. So can we get Friday morning, Friday early afternoon, gang? Can we get to halfway? Y'all want to do it, I am sure. That is less than $100 away, by the way. So some tickets to that train, that'll get us there.
If you're worried about just getting through, you could just like forego
Blighttown
the
drop?
plunges, or just take the ladders or something, whatever you're comfy with.
Nah, I mean, if I'm gonna load a save anyways, I might as well.
Sure.
I don't like loading saves in a marathon run, but if you ever find yourself in this kind of situation, it's kind of like best.
The souls again.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, we can distinguish the small little textures apart from each other in this game, despite them all looking really homogeneous.
That looks good.
Yep.
Nice. Easy.
Not that I really want to go through this area again, but Miyazaki's swamp yet again. To fully appreciate it.
All right, let's hope for a better one. No slope Queelogs, please.
Yeah. She can
She is
really
so
zone
scary
you.
on that
She
slope.
can zone you a lot.
Yeah, she can. The big part of like the movement for punishing her is just going underneath her swings, and when she is on the slope, she's arched forwards, so that just doesn't work. It just hits you in the head.
Yeah, whatever you can you normally think you can strafe or avoid is just a different ball game when you are working with a slope, and that applies to a lot of bosses in this game. Slopes just change the nature of everything.
She's gonna do a backup move swap here, which is just a little bit easier. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Round 2.
Yeah, and this is like the last boss you fight before you get like a really powerful weapon. Because right now this is an unupgraded Black Knight Greatsword. It's still pretty good, especially with the move swap glitch, but it's going to get like really strong soon. There you go. Nice. A little more well-behaved Queelog there.
Yeah, yeah.
And now we can go and ring the second bell. So the first
Early
part
game
of
is
our
over.
yeah, we're heading to the mid game now. The first like major goal is done. Nice.
Right, now that we're done with that, I have a wonderful donation whenever y'all are ready.
Sure, yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Fantastic. We've got $50 from Desi. That is 10 tickets to the to that trans rights train, by the way. Take yourself a 9 friends. Who says, love you so much, Alice. Sending you all of my best wishes and hoping this fundraiser is a huge success. An enormous thank you to all the runners, commentators, hosts, and everyone wanting to chill and hang out here throughout the event, helping support this touching cause. Trans rights, absolutely. Thank you so much for that generous donation. That one went towards Emerald, by the way, on the Psychonauts bid war, which does put Emerald, aka Green, in a pretty hefty lead, but that doesn't mean that we can't come back. Sapphire and Ruby, blue and red fans, I want to see your voices. We are getting closer and closer to that MAT incentive, which is a milestone incentive at 2,650 on the donation total. So let's keep chugging along on that train, chat.
Thank you. So that what she just did there, she took a little pit stop on the way to Anne Orlando. We stopped at Petrus, an NPC in the game. That if you join his covenant, he will open himself up as a merchant. He sells a spell called Homeward, and we are going to be using that spell to wrong warp later in the run. So it's really important that she makes a stop there. It's a key spell to grab, and then she also bought some other things that you also need for the wrong warp from him. And then on the elevator, she duped a bunch of souls. And now she's going to use those souls to upgrade at Andre to get a +5 Black Knight Greatsword. So she's going to be dealing real good damage now.
There we go, +5.
And now we're on our way to Anne Orlando. As Ashewyn was saying earlier, we need to go to Ornstein and Smo to acquire the Lord Vessel. We're on our way right now. We have to first make our way through Sin's Fortress, which is on the way. That's why we rang the bells. You can skip into here early, but since you need to ring the bells anyways to get access to the Firelink altar, it's just faster to go this way because you're using the Black Knight Greatsword. You're not using like the Dragon Tooth or anything. So this is not a Sin's Gate skip route. And and she's going to be weaving through these pendulums, which she knows like the pattern here, so it should be pretty easy for her to get through.
Should be.
Yeah, earlier in practice today, we had a little bit of a mishap. trying to run through here.
Yeah.
But it's when you run through here so many times, like you just know how all these things operate. It's very much on a pattern, and it's pretty easy to get through.
Yeah, a lot of speedrunners find this like a really cozy area to run through just because it's predictable. It's not.
It is very predictable, yeah.
What's also predictable is some love coming in for you in donations. Can I read one off?
Aw.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
this is a good time, definitely.
Wonderful. We've got $20 from Radami, who says, "You've got this, Ash." Thank you so
Aw.
much for your donation. That's so sweet. That
Thank
brings
you,
us
Matt.
up to almost 2,500, which was halfway towards our event goal. We are so close. We are only $24 away from that, chat. I know you can do that during the Dark Souls run. That is my challenge. Let's get to halfway on this Dark Souls run. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
There's also
Rad.
4 tickets to the train, so chugga chugga choo choo.
All right, we're almost out of sins. Pretty
I just
easy.
wanna wait
just
for
wait
the
it out.
cycle because I missed the punch on the snake, so I didn't want to
Yeah.
go through the pendulums at the wrong beat.
So now we're at the top of sins right now, and we just, need to get through here to get to the boss.
There shouldn't be a reason to die in this segment unless something goes astronomically wrong at Iron
Not for this
Golem
route.
or Bob does something
Well,
really strange.
I was about to say, there's an enemy up ahead that the only enemy in the game that people really gave a name to. His name is Bob. He is this crossbow archer that blocks your way before Iron Golem, and this guy has killed so many runs in his time. But that's more of a thing for red tier stone ring routes, which this isn't. So she has full HP. This guy right
Yeah.
here.
Yep. He's
This,
either courteous Bob or mean Bob or
Yeah. Gentleman Bob sometimes.
yeah. Killer
Um,
Bob.
So this is not going to be a move swap fight because all Ashewyn needs to do here is just get one well-placed running attack on his foot, and he staggers, and then one more attack, and he falls, and then that's the boss. Easy.
I like that you said well placed. Like I actually got it. Yay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you have to if you hit him, if you deal 200 damage. I can't even remember. Is it 400 damage and then
He was
another
400 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 400 and then 200. If you deal 400 damage below the knees, it staggers him, and then another 200 to make him fall. And if he's facing just the right way, he'll just fall off and die.
Yeah, we call him the hardest boss though because he actually is kind of like a specific kind of movement pattern boss. You kind of have to know what you're doing with him and baiting out a specific movement from him. It isn't just, and it's harder when you do the move swap version.
Some routes that guy is really tough to do optimally.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a easier one because it's just one hit, but it's still something you can mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah, here is Anorlando. This is one of the most annoying places to run through. Is the whole time the enemies are just chucking stuff at your back the whole time.
Yeah, we might experience a death if things go terribly here, which it can happen. Just normal RNG.
Yeah, that's why she's taking some safety bonfires on the way. So this is the rafters. It can go pretty smoothly, but sometimes these guys just don't let you have your win. Yeah,
They're already flying.
They throw daggers at you on the ladder, and sometimes you just get hit, and there's not much you can do. And
These guys will also try and stand in your way.
yeah,
and block your path.
luckily she has a thrusting sword, which is pretty good for knocking them out of the way if they try to get in front of you. But when you're on the ladder, there's nothing you can do. All right, that's rafters. And now we're just going to be making our way to ONS. This is another good time for donations if you have some.
Well, And just remind everybody why we're here, because all of your donations are going to a fantastic cause. We are here benefiting Alice and Wonderland Games, who is the amazing speedrunner and streamer whose channel we're using for this running through Wonderland marathon. She is having a surgery in February. It is a gender affirming surgery, and she has been waiting 4 years to get this surgery. It's been rescheduled twice. So I know. And so we want to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible so that we can make up for where insurance lacks and make sure that she doesn't have to worry about the costs of recovery from this major surgery that she absolutely needs. Chat, we are doing so much amazing work here. Like, I am so honored to be part of this marathon. It is a mutual aid marathon. Every single donation goes directly to Alice. It is just such a fantastic cause. And we are so close to that $2,500 halfway mark. Even before halfway on the marathon itself. Chat, can we beat halfway on the marathon and do it during this Dark Souls run? We've only got $24 to go on that. Also, everything goes to beating Matt in the Wii Sports run, which, as we've established before, is the most dangerous Souls-like boss in the entire Souls-like series. Wii Sports is a Souls-like game.
Yeah, this is
It's got really kind of hairy fast.
yeah. You should be okay.
No.
Okay, well.
I'm messing up the approach. Can you?
These
can
are
you
the
be kind to me?
infamous Anorlando
Chat.
archers. There he goes.
Can we
There you
give
go.
Ashewyn some love, chat?
Well, bring the love, but she made it.
I mean, I still need it. I need it for the rest of the run. Feel free.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's
Can we do
go.
donations for good RNG? I have seen
Yes.
it. I have seen donations turn RNG around. It has happened before. It'll happen again.
Yeah,
Yeah, get
we
those-
we do need some RNG coming up. We have a very infamous boss coming up called Ornstein and Smo.
Mhm.
They are very random because there's like two of them at the same time, and like these games fighting double enemies is always like pretty annoying. Luckily, she does have a pretty strong weapon with a pretty broken glitch move swap. So hopefully it goes well. She took a safety bonfire there either way, just in case we have to retry the fight. And she's going to be looking for very specific like openings here. In fact, if she gets the wrong opening, she'll probably just quit out for consistency and retry the fight. But you want to get the charge opening. That's the best thing. If she sees lightning, she's going to quit out. Okay, that's good. That's the charge. All right. 2 attacks. Ooh, a little too... Okay, you can salvage this. All right, nice. Just one more hit.
Just wait for them
Yeah.
to separate.
That was
Nice.
classic Ornstein. One more hit should do it, though. She can get some safety.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They. I basically didn't get my running move swap attack
Yeah,
off.
that
Like the
first
one.
there's like
Yeah.
a 12 frame window that you have to get over for your startup of your run before a running attack will happen. And if you don't get that running attack and you just get a regular Black Knight Greatsword attack, and she just attacked a little too early and got an R1, so then the fight got strung out a little bit there.
Yeah, and then he did a really weird when he dashes at you, he basically dashes around the geometry within the
Yeah.
room, so he can go in like really weird zigzags.
Yeah.
And you just got to be cautious of that, and you got to just make sure Smo is not in your vicinity to smash you while you're like trying to single out.
Charge is still good. Right. Jumped away. It's okay. One more hit. Nice.
Okay.
All right, getting hit's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's on phase 2. Now, phase 2, Smo can be stun locked. So this should hopefully go pretty smooth. This is a big reason why runners usually kill Ornstein first at the beginning is because phase 2 Smo is just so much more consistent. Nice. Very nice. Like you can isolate Ornstein pretty easily if you go after him, but also like phase 2 Smo is just like with move swap, you can just stagger him all day. And now we are going to shoot Guinevere because talking to her takes too long. This is the NPC that gives you the Lord Vessel, which is basically a required item in order to finish the game, even with glitches. So we're going to get this and then warp away as it's being granted to us. And now we're heading to the end game. Like this is all you need to do really to finish the game. And now we're gonna get some level ups with all these souls that we have. She wants a few extra levels to make the final boss a little faster and comfier, but all she needs levels to attune these spells and to cast these spells. What she's gonna do here, she's going to rest at the Lord Vessel and Firelink Altar, which is gonna set her bonfire position there. And then she's gonna warp to Firelink Shrine. And then get in a very specific spot on a tree in Firelink Shrine to where she can execute a glitch called a spell swap, which is going to cast homeward with the animation of the force spell that she just attuned. And what that's going to do is it's going to cancel the animation, but also keep the spell going. And then while the homeward spell is going off, she's going to rest at this bonfire, and that's going to conflict the two warps, and the game just doesn't really know where to put her, so it's going to default to the default location of the previous bonfire, which just so happens to be in the kiln of the first flame. And so this is very specific lineup she's doing here to get in this very specific part.
Wasn't gonna succeed anyways.
It wasn't going to work anyways. That's fine. Yeah. That was a failed spell swap right there. You'll see that animation, but it'll be like golden whenever she gets it correctly, and it should cancel it. She'll fall off and be able to rest at this bonfire. This is it.
I'm off. I know. I felt that maybe the second lineup was a bit weird.
That was the correct spell swap. Her positioning was just barely off.
Yeah, it's like a micro, like few pixels off, you know, and that will dramatically shift the outcome of you performing the spell swap. And this is all this like really weird like zoom in kind of like setup is here. It's just to get on like a very specific part of the branch.
It's
where
like
you can
an arena of time set up here.
There's actually a cooler way to do this, but much harder.
That would have worked.
What I'm trying to do now. Yeah.
The spell swap was off. The spell swap's like a double frame perfect input, so it's pretty easy to mess up. Like you have to frame perfectly time 2 buttons and then another button the 1 frame later for it to work.
Oh, nice. We're just getting the interchanging hand swaps. There we go.
That's it. That should work. And she should be in the kiln of the first flame now. Nice. And then it's just a victory march to Gwyn.
So we go as well.
Fingers crossed. Come on, chat. Give
so if you
us
have a,
your energy.
If you have a quick donation to read before she gets there, this would probably be a good time because this is just a run through.
Wonderful. Well, you know I love to talk, and I want to remind chat about what you can donate for. There's a Psychonauts 2 bid war going on right now. Psychonauts is coming up in not too long, later today. That one is for the levitation ball that we're going to be able to use during the run. And there are 3 color choices: Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby. And right now, Emerald is in a pretty comfy lead, but that doesn't mean it cannot be overtaken by some passionate chat members who like blue or red, perhaps. That's Sapphire and Ruby respectively. Or if you love green, if you love Emerald, you can go ahead and continue catapulting that forward as our winner. Please put your donation towards one of those bid war options when you donate, and every single donation goes towards our incentive to fight Matt at the end of the Wii Sports Run, which is just gonna be so great. I promise you, chat. I've seen this boss fight. I absolutely love it. And it is really, truly one of the hardest boss fights ever. And we are playing Dark Souls and Sekiro right now. So, you know, when I say that, I really mean it.
And here is the final boss. And this is she's gonna move swap real quick. All right, that animation
Too
is
quick.
what happens when you go too fast.
Real quick, he
Menuing
said.
too fast. She's too good, guys. She's too good. I think that was a late L1. Luckily, we always have the backup if it takes too long.
I'm gonna try one more time. Okay.
All right. So here comes the
Why we,
still new swap backup.
Took the female character just for this.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna try to stun lock this guy. All right, rolling attack to start to get the stun lock going. That's a good start. Now, he can be kind of a butt, but he's behaving now. And that's it.
Nicely
Good job.
done.
I'll
GG.
call time when it's time. Time. My game crashed. Dark Souls credits. I'm so sorry.
Classic Dark
Oh, that's
Souls.
awesome.
That is
GG.
No harmonic music.
What a way to end.
That is the classic
Black screen.
experience right there.
Maybe we should just pull up the IGT as well. Just
Yeah, let's see
yeah.
how fast it was.
How
I'm
slow
gonna
it was.
guess. I'm gonna guess 30. 30, right on 30.
Really? I think it's like 35.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's
Just-
see.
Oh, why not?
36.
36.
3611. Okay.
Was it 3611? Okay, see,
Yeah.
I was close.
Alice did it though. She made it through Dark Souls.
Excellent. And that's
job.
all we need to do.
Yeah.
Fantastic run, both of you. Ashwyn, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Ashewyn pretty much everywhere. I really, really love this game. I started speedrunning a few years ago, and I take breaks and I come back to it all the time. I love talking about it. I love explaining the things within it, even though Regal did such an amazing job today with commentary and really took the pressure off of me. So I really appreciate you for being here. Thank you, Regal.
You
If
did
you
a
want to
great
come,
job too.
thank you. If you want to come find me, I do run this game time to time. I love talking about it. I love doing commentary for it. I love explaining it. Feel free. We also love people to join the community. If this is a game that you would like to run for yourselves, even if you want to run the remastered version of the game or any of the Souls games, you'll find us at Souls Speedruns. But yeah, I don't know if I have anything to say other than thank you to my community, thank you to Regal, thank you to running through Wonderland for having me, and I hope we get those donations in to help with such a life-changing event. That's all really for me. I think, yeah.
Regal, where do people find you?
Twitch.tv/Regal. That's my Twitch channel. I usually am streaming speedruns of either this game or recently Elden Ring, a lot of Elden Ring. But you know, I just play whatever I feel like. Yeah.
Fantastic. You were both so incredible. That was a great run of Dark Souls, even though the game decided to quit at the last second. That's okay. We are not quitting, and there are many, many more seconds in the day. So stick around. We have Sekiro coming up for you really, really soon. I know, so exciting. Don't go anywhere. Was such a wonderful run of Dark Souls. Ashwyn is incredible, and that was such a fun watch. They did absolutely amazing. But we have another Souls-like game coming up really, really soon. Souls-like, it's basically just a Souls game. It's Sekiro: Shadows Never Die Twice, and that is going to be by the wonderful Park and Harbor. So y'all are absolutely not going to want to miss that. Please do not go anywhere. And remember that all of your donations, if you make them, go towards that milestone incentive to fight Matt, the final boss of Wii Sports. We need $2,650 by the end of the Wii Sports, and we are just chugging along towards that run. We've only got one run in between this one and the Wii Sports run. That is the aforementioned Sekiro run. So if y'all want to see that final boss, that Souls-like boss in Wii Sports, please go ahead and put your donations in. You can also put your donations in for that color bid war for Psychonauts 2. Right now, Emerald has a nice lead, but that doesn't mean that it cannot fall to some passionate donators for Sapphire, aka blue, or Ruby, aka red. Or if you love Emerald, you know what to do. Go ahead and extend that lead. Make sure that green wins that color bid war. We are also so close to halfway on our overall milestone. We are $24 away. That is so achievable, chat. That is only 5 tickets to the trans rights donation train. $5 per ticket. They are on sale right now. Chugga chugga choo choo. Keep that train rolling for me, chat, while we take a quick break while we get Sekiro ready for you all. Go ahead and take a little stretch, take a little sip of water, get yourself a snack, but don't go anywhere. We have amazing runs coming up for you extremely soon.
Hello, everyone. Oh, no, not yet. Sorry, I thought you said it was done.
No worries.